feeling like you're always the lesson in a relationship? Are you wondering when you'll find the one? Maybe you're exhausted and probably questioning if it's even possible for you. If that's you, then I want you to stick around, because today I'm going to share with you how you can go from frustration to fulfillment. First things first, your feelings are valid. It's tough going through these challenging relationships, one after the other. It takes a toll on you physically, mentally, and emotionally. So just know that you're not alone in feeling this way. And it's okay to acknowledge that it's been a rough ride and dating is exhausting, or, it can be. Listen, it's easy to think the real issue is other people. It's not. Well, not always. Sometimes it is. Unfortunately, it's about the lessons not yet learned and the way that you are applying the lessons that you have learned. That's important because there are so many of you out there that have grown, and conceptually you understand your pain points and where you need to heal and how they show up. But are you really implementing the actions to ensure that what you've learned sticks? Are you putting it on the court in your life? See, most people look back at their past relationships as a series of failures instead of things that they can grow and learn from. And I'm sure I've talked about this before, but each relationship, date, and encounter with someone has taught you something about yourself or what you need and want in a partner, regardless of, if you think it has or has not. These lessons have presented themselves. Your relationship and your partners always reflect back to you your triggers, your pain, and your unresolved trauma. And they reflect back to you ways in which that you have grown, right? Because now you're attracting different type of people. Healing is seeing those lessons and doing something about it. But most people don't do that. Most people either stop dating altogether, or you blame the other person and then jump immediately into another relationship, hoping things will miraculously change. And let me tell you this, guys, it's not so easy to just be like, oh, well, I can just go out and find somebody better. There's a lot of people that are out here that are dating, that are in the dating pool, that are single, that have so much work to do. So it's not as simple as going and finding somebody that's secure, right? Because most secure people are already in relationships. So this is why sitting with yourself and evaluating and seeing what still needs to be healed or switched or changed or what patterns are showing up is so important, because it may not be as simple as, oh, I'm just going to go and find somebody else. Now, one common misconception is time. We think, oh, we just need time away from dating or time away from people, but time is an illusion. It's really about taking a moment to understand what each experience is teaching you, right? So you can be intentional about the time and do a lot of healing, say like in a month. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to take a year off from dating. So here's how you begin to understand these experiences and how to make these shifts. Number one, you have to recognize that your worth isn't defined by your relationship status or how successful your previous relationships were. I mean, what are you really measuring it up against anyway? Like, who's to say, like, here's the relationship that you need? Other people's opinion on what is healthy or toxic is what most people go to, but that's not what it's about. It's about who you are, what your values are, what your passions are, and what your requirements are, and what's gonna work for you. And this may be difficult for some of you, especially my people pleasers, because you don't know what life is like without someone liking you or making your own choices and really doing what's best for you. And this may be the biggest adjustment that you're ever having to make in your life, and it will be life-changing, right? It'll be worth it, because then your voice becomes the loudest in the room. All right, step number 2, review your relationship history, okay? Review your requirements, your needs, your wants, and like what lessons or what things keep showing up that you are repeating over and over again, or like what particular things in the people that you're dating keep showing up over and over again. And even if you get to like what doesn't work for you, it'll help you get to what works for you. And so you want to look at all of your significant relationships, from your parents to your siblings to your most recent ex. And I have a free Dating Kickstart guide that I will link down below that'll be able to walk you through this process. Number 3, stay open to different possibilities. See, we think we know exactly how our partner will show up, and we think we know exactly what they'll look like and how you two will get along. But my question to you is, how is that working out for you? See, the right person for you might not fit the exact image that you've had in your mind. Y'all may not get along or do things in the exact way that you have thought it out. But be open to being surprised, because sometimes love comes in unexpected packages. Now, regardless of whether you know it or not, this is conscious dating. It's recognizing patterns, understanding your true worth, clarifying what you genuinely want, and approaching relationships with patience and purpose. And if you want some help doing that, y'all, join my inner circle. I did link it below, but this is a community. It's a safe place where we grow together and we learn all the ins and outs of not just intentional dating and relationship, but what it actually means to thrive both in love and in life. Conscious dating is about building a strong foundation of self-love and clear intentions. So when you do meet someone, you're ready. See you in the inner circle. I love you all.